And we're in it. We are here today on a sunny Tuesday afternoon. I'm here with my friend Lauren.
Hi.
And our friend Daryl is not here.
He got fired.
He got fired already.
He didn't get fired. Don't do that to me,
kidding.
Lauren. Twitter explodes when he says he's getting fired.
Just kidding. Daryl's in Nash Vegas getting ready for the banquet. He's probably he had to go 3 days early to start working on his hair.
Yeah. He's buying some boots as we speak.
He's buying some boots and some hairspray to really get that thing right for Thursday night. So good luck to that, Daryl. So everybody keep asking, when are you going to – we want more Sunday money. So here we go. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So we did an impromptu show. Lauren has to go back to work. She's already back.
Yep. I left baby Poppy at home.
Baby Poppy. Now, like, maternity leave's over. The fun is over.
Yep.
Back to the real world. Who watches Poppy when you're
Well, currently she's with my in-laws, Andrew's parents.
Okay.
And then next week she's going to go to her little nanny babysitter lady.
Oh.
Yep.
I think they might let you take Poppy here.
I think so. You know, next week we have a Christmas party, and usually they let us out a little bit early, you know, whenever we have those. And so I'm thinking I'll bring her that day.
Where is the Christmas party this year?
It's with NASCAR because we are now we.
Whoa.
We.
Instead of they.
NASCAR is family.
It's in the Park Road
Queen
South
Park Social.
area.
Oh, Queen Park Social?
There you go. Now
when is it?
Everybody's going to
Wednesday.
be there. Thanks, Lauren.
Like tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Tomorrow-
I shouldn't have said that.
Tomorrow?
Sometime
sometime
next week.
Oh, yeah, you can't say because everybody's going to show up.
Yeah.
It's okay. Come on,
I'm going to
guys.
go.
We'll let you know.
I'm going to go, especially if the bosses are paying.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun.
Yeah. Queen Park Social's cool.
Yeah.
So, one last Hercules tire read. So, Tony just said the winner from the past month heard it from Sunday Money.
One of the months.
One of the months.
One of the months.
So, congrats if you were that guy. But remember,
Or girl.
could have been a girl too.
Sure.
So remember to get you one more set of tires, HerculesTire.com/MRN, to get that free set of tires. So,
What's been going on? What did we do? Did we take like a week break, a 2-week break? How long has it been since we did this?
3-week break.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We've had
Really?
Thanksgiving.
It was the one after the final race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 2.
I feel like I'm busier now in the off season. Now that I don't have stuff to do, like now that I don't have a place to be on the weekends, like my honey-do list is infinitely long.
Yeah, it looks like you guys had some home renovations going on this weekend.
We did. So we're redoing the office type room that is going to be the nursery.
Mm-hmm.
So if we didn't get it done in 36 hours, then the world was going to come to an end, according
really?
to Kelly. Yeah. So we had the whole room tore apart, all the dressers out. We pretty much reorganized our entire upstairs, which isn't very big. It's a townhouse. We put these like not linoleum, like the, I don't know,
Like
vinyl
vinyl
planking.
plank,
Yeah, they're nice. They look like barnwood or whatever. And then we put this like brick fake paneling up there. We painted it all like antique.
Oh, yeah, like Chip and JoJo.
Nice.
Yep. So that was Kelly's dad came up, helped us for that.
That's nice.
Now the baby's room is looking good. Still got to paint it. I hate painting so bad. So I might have to just hire somebody for that.
You can. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. So breaking news. I'm going to be back in the 32 car at Go Fast Racing next year.
All right.
Woohoo!
And not a whole lot of build up to that. I don't know if everybody was expecting that because it took a little while to get done, longer than both sides would have liked. And I'm ultimately super excited to go back. We got some Stewart Haas cars coming into the shop today. So I'm going to go over there and check those out before I head down south to Pensacola for the Snowball Derby.
Is that this weekend?
That is this weekend. It is a week-long race that costs too much money for a super late model race, but
Yes.
it is the best of the best that have super late models. It's as tough as a cup race, the competition, because the Bubba Pollards and Ty Majeskis and Casey Rodericks and Chandler Smiths, like all those guys are down there. Even guys from the West Coast, Jeremy Doss. There are 40 badass super late models down there. So I've been 2 years ago. I broke a track bar running fourth, right behind Kyle. He ended up winning, Kyle Busch. So we brought a sister car to the one I was driving down there. We tested Saturday, and it was really good. So hopefully we can go down there and compete for a win. If anybody wants to watch it, It will be on speed51.com. You can broadcast, or you can stream that broadcast. It is a killer show.
It's worth the money. It's one of the best events of the year.
And they do a really good job of broadcasting it. And the RTA, fun fact, bought Speed 51, which, side note, which makes no sense to me. But they're going to be pumping some money and some resources into that to really blow this year's Snowball Derby up. So everybody tune in. It's a really cool race. A lot of cool storylines involved there. So hopefully we can go down there and win that thing.
On the contract side, I think you said at one point in time that he only does 1-year deals. So is this a multi-year deal, 1-year deal? What's the terms?
That's just 1-year deal. Okay. Archie likes doing 1-year deals, which I think is okay because things can change periodically, right? I think this is a crazy, crazy time in the sport with people retiring or moving around. The best I can figure, I don't want to move up too far on from this, but the best I can figure, there's probably only legitimately 7 or 8 cars that have their drivers committed for 2021. Everybody else is up in the air. So hopefully I can position myself the following year to be in something really good. But I'm concentrated fully on 2020 with Go Fast and the Stewart-Haas Alliance. We're trying to find a crew chief right now. Randall, he just moved on. He was going to hang out at the house a little more, and he's got a little sailboat he goes sailing on. So I wish all the best to him.
Carl Edwards over there?
Yeah, I mean he
got me a sailboat. I'm gone.
Yeah, he's got a Randy Cox was my crew chief last year. He has a chassis dyno, and he tunes on drag racing cars. He's just a really handy guy when it comes to that. So, he's been doing the grind for 6-7 years now. He was a tire changer on the Bud 8 car with Dale Jr. So he's been around, and he's been in Victory Lane a lot of times. So the grind just kind of got to him. His kids are getting a little older. He want to spend a little time. So wish all the best to him.
Good for him.
He's been
dude.
He's been a good friend of mine. He was with me my first year at BK until he stopped getting paid around the same time I stopped getting paid. So, but he had the opportunity to quit. I didn't. So he left and went to Go Fast for a couple of years, and we got to work again. We're talking to obviously the Stewart-Haas Xfinity guys. Nobody really knows what's going to go on there. From what I hear, they're going to be moving Shiplet up with Cole to the Cup car. And then there's going to be some guys, they don't know what's going on with Briscoe yet, so they're trying to figure out all that in the weeks to come. And I think there might be 2 guys over there that are contracted, but with no car to work on. So hopefully one of those 2 guys can get shuffled over to ours, and we can get somebody pretty good with some knowledge and get our Ford Mustangs running pretty fast. So super excited. I had a couple other options to look at, and there was a good article that Jeff Gluck wrote in The Athletic that I told him a lot of stuff off the record and how stuff really works, actual facts and figures and how stuff works. But he covered the stuff that needed to be talked about and covered it pretty well. So, the other option was Front Row. There's lots of stuff involved in that. There's lots of stuff involved with all the deals, but I felt like the best team to go with and the best continuity and the best relationships I've had was to go back to the 32. And I'm ready to rock, and they are too. So I went to the shop yesterday to tell all them guys that I'm gonna be back, so I get to drive another year in the Cup Series.
You have a job.
God bless it.
Thank goodness.
Because I got a baby on the way. I got a lot of diapers to pay for.
Sure do.
And I need to be driving around in circles. So here we go. Let's rock.
Well, congrats.
Thanks. Yep. So we hadn't really set any goals yet. We set the goals last year. Was top 30 in points, which we did that. And we had a couple bad races towards the end of the season, which it's kind of part of the deal with parts breaking, and I made some mistakes the last couple races, so we didn't close out owners' points in the top. We finished 30th, but not as good as we should have finished. Should have finished 29th, but regardless, we should be a little bit better next year with those new cars. We're still going to be, as far as I know, on the second tier engine program, but if we can get some new metal, which we are from Stewart-Haas, I don't know what those cars are. I heard last week that the Phoenix car, the Harvick won Phoenix, and then he got out and slapped the back window, right? After the whole penalty thing, he went to Phoenix and smoked everybody 2 years ago. I heard we're getting that car. So that one still might have the confetti in it. That'd be pretty cool.
Now, when you say you're getting the car, what does that consist of?
It's a great question.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that.
So I don't know the deal. From what I've heard, I need to go there today, like I said, but I heard they're going to get 2 complete cars, rolling, no motor.
With engines?
No.
Oh, okay, no.
So rolling on like ride sticks where they put where the shocks are, they just put ride height blocks. So it will have current suspension, rear end, truck arms. It would be, I would hope, will be pretty close to what they would send to the racetrack. That remains to be seen, but you know those they should be pretty close. They're definitely be better than the 4-year-old.
Okay, that's
front row.
Your
Roush
cars are 4 years old that you've been running.
The newer cars that we had were 4 years old.
Wow.
So we had a couple old birds there. So we're getting some new metal and some new cars, which everybody's really excited about. You know, it's a pretty big investment on the team side. So on my end, Schluter stepped up big time. So honestly, if it wasn't for them for the last 2 or 3 years, I wouldn't have this show because there'd be no reason to hear what I have to say because I'd be welding seats, which isn't very exciting. So Schluter stepped up big time for me, and everybody on my end worked super hard. My manager, Leanne, and Bray. So they had a lot of tireless nights and conversations that were tough to have, and they were able to kind of let me do my deal and be the smiling face while they were in the trenches. So appreciate everybody's hard work on that. And then Dryden's going to come back, and we're still working on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have several others. We're still trying to finalize all that. Samaritan's Feet actually is going to be on 2 races as well. We haven't picked those, but I'm excited to work with those guys again. I feel like I'm just talking a lot.
No, it's interesting.
It's all interesting stuff.
Yeah, so Samaritan's Feet just they wrote a letter of intent to do 2 races, and we're going to try to do some cool things with them again, try to raise some money. It's actually reminding me, it's Giving Tuesday. So hopefully everybody didn't spend all their money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and you can go to SamaritansFeet.org and donate a pair of shoes. And how about you give a little back instead of taking all for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I made a little funny video, actually. I'm going to put it up tomorrow.
Dude, your Instagram's been awesome.
Wait till
the
this
last few weeks.
So I've got a really funny video going out tomorrow. It has Giving Tuesday on it, but I was going to post a picture of like coming back next year, stacking pennies. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
But Samaritan's Feet, it's a great organization. I actually went down there yesterday with Manny, the guy who started Samaritan's Feet and had lunch with him yesterday. That guy is the most infectious, God-loving guy you'd ever know, and he makes you want to be a better person. So check out Samaritan's Feet. Great cause, great mission, putting shoes on feet, and it's good stuff. Let's take a break. I want to catch my breath because I'm talking for 10 minutes straight, but we got some interesting silly season rumors and stuff that I've kind of heard, and I think some stuff's going to be moving and shaking. And then the GOAT is on the farewell tour. All right, let's go to break.
Here's your chance to win a set of your very own Hercules tires. Go to HerculesTires.com/MRN. Simply register, and each month we'll give away 1 set of tires. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading mileage coverage to get you wherever you need to go, no matter where the road takes you. Register now for your chance to win a set of Hercules tires at HerculesTires.com/MRN. Hercules Tires. Ride on our street.
And we're back. What are you looking at, Lauren?
The Twitters.
What's Twitter talking about?
Paper straws and how terrible they are.
They are the worst.
I love the one when they Starbucks started doing the paper straws, and then they were selling them in a plastic bag where you could get like 10 of them, and it was like, what?
What?
It's like the people that put bananas in plastic bags.
Yeah.
It's like, I think they're good on their own.
We went on a cruise earlier this year, and that was the thing that they did is they gave you paper straws with everything.
I
was
them.
drinking my virgin pina coladas through a paper
They're
straw,
the
and
worst.
it was nasty.
Oh, it's the worst. The worst.
Anyways.
Hey, we got some breaking news on this podcast for 2020.
Yeah.
A new presenting sponsor. We didn't really have a present. I guess Hercules was kind of our presenting sponsor, but they kind of do everything MRN does in the digital space. They get a little piece of everything, and they've been a big part of what we've done. But for next year, 2020, Corey, we have O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly.
So you've probably heard the commercials in the thing. They bought a commercial spot in our thing, but have decided to step up, and they want a piece of the action. So the podcast
Here we go.
Next week will be presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts and Hercules Tires.
Wow.
Nice.
And
People
there's
actually
plenty of
listen
room
to
on
this
this bus.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, there is still. We have very many vacant seats on this bus, so anybody wants to jump in,
Including Daryl's. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
What?
Never mind.
So we actually have some open races too, O'Reilly's. If you'd love to jump in, I see
Ooh.
Napa and now Advance with Ryan Blaney. We need to get O'Reilly's out there, and
That'd look good on that car.
it would. And I'm not superstitious. I'll drive around a green car. I'm good with that. So let's make that happen. But that I don't know if that's a thing or not. But maybe we can slide that in there
It'd be fun.
as a caveat. So Jimmy Johnson, since we spoke, announced that he is retiring at the end of 2020. I think everybody collectively shed a tear. Not as much as we all will shed a tear after Phoenix. Sorry, seeing the GOAT be done driving a Cup car full time for I foresee him coming back and driving the new car, just a couple times here and now.
In what situation though would he do that? Like, because I mean, if Hendrick can't they only have 4 cars?
So they make exceptions for 5 occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say hypothetically we go to Long Beach street course, which will be another conversation topic we talk about here shortly. But I'm sure Jimmy would love to do that, right? If we do any sort of street course or a venue that NASCAR probably hasn't been on, Jimmy certainly would come back.
Okay.
He would hang up his skis and book the first flight out of Aspen, and he will be there. That's what Jimmy is going to do. So I'm interested to see what Cliff Daniels over there and crew can get Jimmy Johnson going. Hopefully he can rekindle some magic and be in championship winning mode. But
Were you surprised by that announcement?
No. No. I mean, I know he's think. I mean, man, he's got all the money you could ever spend in the bank, right? Two beautiful little girls to hang out with that are growing up, and all the stuff to enjoy life. Right now, he's still young, right? 43, 44, with anything you could ever ask, and he doesn't owe the sport anything, right? He's done it all. If he doesn't win 8, he's tied with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. So he's the best to ever do it, in my opinion. But that don't at me, because I will give you facts and figures to prove that he is.
I can't wait to see the line at the door at Mr. H's office for that 48 ride. That thing's going to be.
They said they're
that's gonna
in
be
no
a
hurry.
who's who.
Yeah, I've already actually started unclogging the toilets and mowing the lawn over there. Rick comes out to give him away. I'm just mowing the grass, trimming the hedges. If you need anything, Rick, you just let me know. I'm over here. I'm the custodian. So I signed up for 2 more years after that. I'm interested to see, man. There's like you said, the line for drivers lining up for that one is every single person that's driven a race car. So I think there's certain boxes. Obviously, Hendrick's going to have to check. They need somebody with experience. They need somebody with probably some proven track record, and somebody Chevy can get behind. So, I think that there are several guys that are free agents coming up. You look at guys like Larson, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain. There's plenty of guys that are suited for that. It's just a matter of if I don't know. There's
one of those names was exciting to me.
Which one?
Larson.
Yeah, Larson. Man, I don't know. I don't think I just don't think it's a fit. But Rick's going to throw the house at Larson. Larson is the best available free agent. He can get the job done in anything. I think he's won every single midget race from the beginning of Thanksgiving until like now. It's like 9 of them or something. He's just tearing them guys up. So, yeah.
Why do you think, I feel like in the past, like, Rick Hendrick hasn't been, like, super keen on his drivers going off and doing other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big investment, right?
Just because they'll get hurt. And
Rick's paying those guys
screwed.
a lot of money, right? And all those sponsors have a lot of marketing wrapped up around their drivers, right? Whether it's Nationwide or Liberty or Ally, like they have millions of dollars wrapped up in these guys' likeness. So if Larson catches a wheel and augers a thing out of the ballpark at the Chili Bowl, right, and gets a concussion, or hopefully, obviously that doesn't happen. But if something does happen, then they are screwed.
SOL.
So, I don't. You don't really hear about guys that drive over Hendricks doing extracurricular activities,
right?
And that is what Larson loves to do: is race a sprint car every day of the week, except on Sundays. Sometimes Sunday night if the Cup race is on Sunday afternoon, right? So, I don't know. That's obviously, I think Rick would put that aside to get Larson because I do think he's a generational talent. I just don't think that he's had the opportunity to show that week in and week out yet. So, I mean, he's the leading candidate for sure.
I just think he looks like a kid that should have a 14 on his hat and the side of his car. I mean, that car, when you think about Tony driving that car, then Clint's at least a dirt guy, was originally a dirt guy when he got started and owns a dirt team. And then if you were to bring in Larson, who's a dirt guy who owns a dirt team, I could see a history of that fit. 14 car being for that person who came up, whether it's open wheel on dirt or fendered cars on dirt. That'd be a really cool story. To me, that'd be a perfect fit.
I agree. But sometimes that's not how it works. And obviously Tony sings his praises of Larson anytime he can, right? And it's AJ Foyt's numbers. There's a lot of
and I'm not pushing Clint Moyer out the door. I'm just saying that just seems like a fit for Larson.
I think everybody else does a pretty good job of pushing him out the door anyways. So, I don't foresee Clint. I think the 14 car is a seat that's going to be open next year as well. So, I don't know. I feel like Hendrick is in more of a need for a guy like Kyle Larson than Gene Haas or Tony Stewart. But Gene Haas is also uber rich, so he could probably match whatever Rick presents. So I'm interested to see. He's going to be sitting pretty here come about July.
Well, in 2 weeks we're shooting a commercial with Tony Stewart, so I'll probably just ask him and see.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
Yeah, he'll definitely let me know. So I'll let you know.
Then we can do another podcast and break that news, see what Tony Stewart has to say.
Yeah.
I don't know that Gene's as rich as he was finishing 9th in the constructors in Formula One. That's ouch. Ouch.
So that's a little ode to American Racing Snobs podcast.
That's
you're F1, if you're an F1 guy.
That's right.
They're still in Abu Dhabi finishing up for the year because they're so far behind.
We'll be recording later today.
So that's going to be, I think, I'm telling you, there's 20 guys that are free agents next year, or 20 seats that are going to be available.
We're kind of like 2 to 3 years from another giant shift, aren't we?
2.
Because Harvick's not going to race forever. Jimmy Johnson's leave. There's a bunch of those guys that are in that age bracket.
Yep. I think Newman, Kurt. There's a lot of guys. So
it'll be interesting.
When do you think all of this is going to kind of start falling into place? Do you think we're going to see this early in the season, or is it going to be
for Jimmy Johnson's?
Well, him and then kind of all those other guys. Is this going to be a later in the season?
So I'm interested to see what this new car brings, and I think it will. It'll bring some of those guys that were on the fringe thinking about hanging it up to bring them back and try the new car just for a year. So that might be another stopgap year for those guys like a Newman or Kurt, like teams that Kurt signed the multi-year deal, so he's definitely going through 21 to, from what I understand, try to help Ganassi kind of get that new car figured out to have somebody with race winning experience to kind of work out the bugs with that thing. And then I heard Harvick's going to be he's going to stick around for at least a year of the new car as well before he goes to Fox or wherever he's going to go and make a bunch of money and be an announcer, which he's already really good at.
Yeah, he's really good.
Dang.
Are you going to get me sick here?
No.
Just freaking coughing all over this
coughing.
place.
I'm not even
it's disgusting.
I know. It's jacked up. The weather's got me freaking ever since Phoenix. Literally for like the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, my sinuses got super dry, and then I came back snotty.
Gross.
So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy time over the next 36, maybe not even that. Next 2 years, it's gonna be a new look NASCAR. That's why they're not just calling the car the next gen car; they're calling it the next gen NASCAR. Like leadership, schedule, everything is going to be updated and with the times, I think. So with that being said, with the schedule, street courses were a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have some good insight on this, Tony. See, I don't like the idea of our cars on a very tight street course, but I do like the fact of NASCAR as a league going to new venues and being in the eye shot of people who've never seen NASCAR in person, because once you get people to the track, they're instantly a NASCAR fan. Mm-hmm. So people who live in the Northwest, Portland, Seattle,
right,
has never seen NASCAR. If you don't want to drive a whole or fly anywhere, they've never seen NASCAR in person. And there's plenty of good ovals up there. There's Evergreen and some other Portland. But I think it'd be killer to go to a street course in the Pacific Northwest. But that's way above my pay grade. And I don't think that we need to go to Detroit. I don't think we need to go to...
No.
No
more trips to Michigan.
Where do the Indy cars go in Florida?
Sebring.
No, the other. It's like a...
St. Pete.
St. Petersburg. I don't think we need to go there. I think we need to go...
We may go to Sebring at some point. We
That'd
own that track.
We own it.
Yeah, we own Laguna
Road
Seca.
Atlanta.
Laguna
We
Seca.
own-
So that's also, side note, that's also my opinion is there are too many really good permanent road courses to go do a hodgepodge street course. But on the flip side of that, the excitement and the newness of a street course for once, maybe not every year, just do it once here and there, move the venue around would be really cool.
Yeah.
I think if we do that anywhere, I feel like the Pacific Northwest would be the place to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like Toronto.
Well, it's
because
really,
don't the Canadian cars go to Toronto street course?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sweet.
The key to it's going to be the new car, right? Because it's not that a stock car, our current stock cars cannot run on a street course. They're just not built for that sort of thing. But if you watch the Australian Supercar Series, they run on a ton of them, put on a great show. So if the newer car is designed more like that type of car, which is really about as close to a off the showroom. I mean, it's a tubular built car, so it's not a showroom car, but it looks like one, and the way it's designed to handle is to be similar to one. If you can get closer to that, and this car can make those tight turns, and I think we put on a heck of a show. And the one thing, especially about Long Beach, it's an incredible event. There's so much going on. There's like stages of music going on and vendors and everything. So even if you're not a NASCAR fan, kind of like going to an F1 race, you still enjoy the event. You watch the cars a little, you hang out and check out some entertainment, and it's hard to do that on an oval.
Yeah.
It's easier to do it on a road course, but right now we pack our road courses. Watkins Glen, you can't squeeze another person in. Sonoma fills there, so there seems to be this hunger for the road racing. I mean, you go to Mid-Ohio with the Xfinity, sold out, Road America, sold out, and those are lower series.
Yeah.
So that seems to be where people – I just hope we don't lose all of our roots.
Yeah.
Tony's fired up.
I'd like to go to a lot more – well, I'd
project.
like to go to a lot more short tracks. I still think short track racing is the basis for what we do.
I don't want to move on from what you just touched on, because I was sitting in the airport in Pensacola, Florida, Sunday morning, watching Abu Dhabi at the bar. I asked them to turn it on because they had some college football show, and there's 300,000 people or whatever is there, right? More than 250,000 people there, and I'm watching the racing, right? And I'm a race fan, and I'm a racer, so I appreciate those guys' skill, because those guys were badass race car drivers. But I'm sitting there watching, no audio, and the racing product is not good.
Not at that track. It's not good.
That's what I'm saying. So when we're sitting and looking at our general racing product on the racetrack, it is considerably better than Formula One.
Absolutely.
Why do we have 40? What's the difference between our 50,000 fans? Generally, I don't know what the average number is, but let's just call it 50,000. what's the difference between that Abu Dhabi event and Dover, Delaware, besides the obvious things? So they only go to Abu Dhabi one time.
Correct.
Obviously, it's its own country, so generally remote, so you have to go. And if you live in Abu Dhabi, Formula One cars are only going there one time, so you got to make it an event.
Yep. Same with the U.S.
Same with the U.S.,
I went to Austin was my only choice.
Which
and that was on a Cup weekend, so we split the motorsports crowd and still sold it.
So stupid. Why would we schedule it?
That's what Eddie
said. Why can't we flex the Cup race to Saturday night? So easy. I know there's television and all that stuff involved, but flex the Cup race to Saturday night. That way you get those people coming to watch the Cup race. Not run at the same damn time. That's dumb. The world's largest motorsports is 3 hours down the road. Where do you think they're going to go? They're going to go to Austin. They're not coming to Fort Worth to watch the Gibbs car smoke everybody's ass. So going to venues more than once, right? If they went to Monaco twice a year, they're not going to draw the people.
No, it would burn out.
It would burn out
totally,
very quick.
Totally.
If they go anywhere, if they go to Houston twice a year, they're probably not going to get as many fans combined as they would for one race. So there it is, right? And you can go, and there was a Pink concert, and there was a Imagine Dragons concert at Houston, or Austin, sorry. So going to venues twice, I know it's the business model and what keeps these tracks afloat, but you don't make it, so you make people choose, or you give them the opportunity to choose what Dover, what Richmond, what Daytona date they want to go to, and you're eventually going to get people to not go to either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, though, this is where the fan needs to realize all the change that you're seeing and hearing about currently and are going to see even more and hear about even more going forward. You need to keep an incredibly open mind, because I think the brass at the top of NASCAR, this is exactly why they bought ISC and took it private. The idea is you cannot control you can't change the schedule. You can't take races away from a racetrack if it's publicly owned and people own stock in it, because the minute you start pulling races away, I mean, it's easy to understand your profit margin's going to go down. You don't have those extra events. So it was never going to work. I mean, they had to worry about what Wall Street thought, so you couldn't do what's right. I think what you're seeing is a huge investment from the France family, 1-point-something billion. I'm sure Adam Stern can tell us the exact number. But they used their own money to try to right the ship, because they know long-term the things we're talking about now are exactly what the sport needs. And there are going to be those fans that are going, you're just messing with it again. But I think, unlike other things we've done in the past, this one is designed to make it to where when you go to a NASCAR event, when you buy your ticket and spend your money to go, you know you're going to see something special. And if you don't see it that year, you're probably not going to be able to see it until the next year. And, guess what? Maybe that track won't be on next year's schedule. You may have to wait 2 or 3 years. They're going to create a demand for it, and I think the product's going to be better.
You have to create the demand, because the supply is too much. 36 races in more or less east of the Mississippi is too much supply, not enough demand.
And I think a lot of people are going to be upset over the fact that a lot of the practices, some of the qualifying, are not going to be on regular free TV.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the Track Pass app through NBC, and they're going to make it feel like it's a money grab. It's not a money grab. The truth of the matter is those events do not do very well on quote-unquote free cable TV. They just don't. They're expensive to produce.
Yep.
And they don't return much. So rather than not having it all, at least they're going to give it somewhere where they can do it properly.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be all up in the air over that, and there's no reason to be.
Well, you just got to change with the times, right? People are streaming. They're on their phone all the time.
And if somebody comes in and sponsors it, I'm sure it'll probably end up being free on one of those apps.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, we need to
let it play out is what I'm saying. Let it play out.
We need to update the NASCAR app, because if you go on the F1 app, if we're comparing the two, the F1 app is infinitely better than the NASCAR app. But that's another topic for another day.
We're going to work on it.
We're going to work on it.
We're going to work on all that stuff.
Yep. So I'm for street courses. The V8 supercars do it over in Australia. I don't think we need to do it more than once a year. I think we need to move the venue around, which also brings up, I think we should move the finale around every year. It should be like the Super Bowl. you should. But the problem is with that is there are only about 5 or 6 racetracks that have a nice enough venue to host the championship race.
Yeah.
And 2 of those are Daytona and Talladega, which you're not going to end the race in a super speedway. So now you're looking at Richmond, Phoenix, I don't even know. Beyond them 2, Homestead was obviously a great track, great racing product on the track, and they had a pretty good facility as well. So you don't have a very large pool to choose from when you're moving.
You got to worry about
championship
weather in November as well.
Yeah, so there are lots of factors because we can't race in a dome unless you put a roof over Bristol, which would be freaking sweet. But the problem is we just don't have enough short tracks built. When during the late 90s NASCAR boom, they just did the equation of building 1.5 mile long tracks because that's what the most amount of revenue they can generate from camping and parking and grandstands. And they put a dogleg in the front because people sitting in the grandstands towards turn 1 can see out of turn 4.
And at the time they built all those, people loved them. Like, people loved going to Charlotte. They thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm. But
we just built too many of them.
We just built too many of them. I wish we built more smaller Richmonds and Bristols. Then that would be sweet. But I think everybody's pulling the rope the right direction, whether it be on the leadership side and the competition side. Everybody knows to where we have to get. You just can't snap your fingers and arrive. You just have to work through it incrementally. So all the fans, stick with us because NASCAR in the next 3 to 5 years is going to be awesome. It's going to be really exciting because it's already trending upwards. I mean, at least it's not trending nosedive like it has the last 5 or 6 years. So it's trending. If it's at least flat, it's going up, right? So we're going to be going up, and we're going to be going to a break, and we'll come back and close this thing out.
Here's your chance to win a set of your very own Hercules tires. Go to HerculesTires.com/MRN. Simply register, and each month we'll give away 1 set of tires. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading mileage coverage to get you wherever you need to go, no matter where the road takes you. Register now for your chance to win a set of Hercules tires at HerculesTires.com/MRN. Hercules Tires. Ride on our street.
And we're back.
Okay.
I would like you to talk about something, Lauren.
Well, I think just over that little break that we had, we were talking about our favorite Christmas movies and what we're planning to do for the holidays.
Yeah. You going anywhere?
I don't know. We're more fly by the seat of your pants kind of people. We don't really plan stuff very well.
Yeah. We're so Kelly's from Pennsylvania. Her sister still lives up there, nephew, so we're going to fly up there for a couple of days before Christmas, then drive to Connecticut to see my dad's family for a couple of days, and then we're going to go on the quote-unquote baby moon to New York City. We're going to hang out. Kelly lived in Manhattan for 4 or 5 years. So
you can find a place for Daryl.
I'm
gonna go scope out some
hunting.
spots for Daryl. I heard I heard cardboard's really nice this time of the year. Nice cardboard box under the bridge. It's about all you can.
Place is so expensive.
Cost $900 just for a box.
Yeah.
Single layered.
It's nuts.
Not even a good quality cardboard.
There ain't no way he's moving.
No, he's not moving.
No.
He just wants.
He loves us too much.
Yeah, he just loves us too much, and he wants us to be like, "Oh no, Daryl, no, we
Don't
need
leave.
you. The show needs you, Daryl. Daryl, we need you."
We do.
He needs a show too. Last I heard.
Yeah.
Yep. So caffeine not included. I'm sure everybody listening to our show watched that show.
No, they didn't.
They disbanded, unfortunately.
Aww.
So anybody that wants to get some Daryl Mott interaction is going to have to listen to Sunday Money again. I hate that for you guys, but I really do miss him. That empty seat over there makes me a little.
I know. Could you have heard him during the last segment?
Emotional.
Blah blah blah. Racing talk. I can hear him. I can hear him in my head.
His eyes would have been rolled back, looking at his cranium. He'd have been so involved in that. So
I will say, when on vacations, Andrew is a UNC Charlotte alumni, and they're going to a bowl game for the first time. They're going to the Bahamas. So if anybody has a house in the Bahamas that they would like to let us rent, then we'll be jetting off to the Bahamas in a few weeks.
Be a good place to watch a football game.
Just let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I went to the Panthers game last weekend.
Oof.
I actually flew back from Pensacola landed, went straight to the game. I wish I just went right home and not even turn my TV on because it started off really good, and then it went downhill in a hurry.
They got to make a change there, don't they?
I think they are, but
coach, they have to.
I'm not a football guy.
I hate that for people, though. He's a good dude.
I do like Ron, especially after watching that Amazon special, All or Nothing.
Yeah.
Ron's a good family man, and he knows football, but he just don't have the tools to work with.
You don't know Carolina football, right?
But this ain't a football show. Let's get back to the racing.
What else?
I did that just for Daryl.
Yeah.
Because he's probably listening to it and like, oh God.
He'll say he didn't listen to it though.
Yeah, he definitely listens. So other silly season news. Suarez, I talked to him last night. He doesn't have. If I am a Daniel's amigo, I'm a friend, and I'm a little worried for Suarez. I think
he should just take all that money he made and move back to his home and live like a king.
Yeah, he would be. He would be the Dale Earnhardt of
Seriously.
Mexico. Problem is, it's going to take him 6 months to move all them Volkswagens he has here down there. He's got about 14 of those things. So I don't know where he lands. I know he has two options or had two options. He wouldn't tell me what the first one was.
Did you take one of them?
No, he wasn't looking at either of my options. But the other one was a third RCR car, which was interesting. But I don't know. I don't know if his stuff on his end isn't coming together like he wants. Because if it did, he would already have done something. Because the later in the going, the less likely something to land is, and your opportunities dwindle down. So hopefully Daniel finds something.
If not, we're looking for a co-host on Sunday Money.
So
maybe,
right? Maybe. Yeah, that would be fun.
Daniel would be good. We would be able to bring all the amigos would tune in.
Yeah, we could really bump our listenership
We'd have
up
like
there.
30.
Plastic Box might be looking for one.
Oh,
ooh,
maybe.
Sorry, shut it down.
No, just shut it down. Ryan Blaney's not going back. He doesn't want to do it. I don't know what they're doing over there. But everybody, glass case, they can come listen to our show.
Yep,
it's better anyways. What other moving and shaking things we have? Nothing really.
I don't know.
Stay tuned to Bob Pockers and
he
Jessica
got married over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Bob Pockers did get married. Congrats, Bob.
I loved it. Like every person that covers motorsports in the United States was at this wedding.
Yeah.
And I forget who tweeted. It might have been Chris Rice or somebody was like, please let Penske buy NASCAR and make some giant, huge news and just watch that room just clear out, including Bob. Bob would leave he could be up there on the altar. Getting ready to get married, and breaking news, I guarantee you he would sprint
away
to the nearest. I bet he had a computer sitting in the back room.
I actually heard there wasn't even any pews. They cleared it out and just put long tables with everybody's laptops sitting on.
Nice.
Yeah, and Bob sat.
You had a name on it.
Bob Pockers had his iPad with Bob Pockers, and his wife was.
They all complained about the food and the parking.
Yeah,
we should park closer. You need better food.
Yeah,
he lives in New York City. I think that's so funny. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't.
He doesn't look like a New York City guy, does he?
No, he doesn't. And it's just funny that this guy, like, he goes off to these NASCAR races every week and then flies home to New York City.
I still remember the first time he walked into the garage. His first role that I remember with NASCAR was with the Daytona Beach Journal. And he came walking up one time and introduced himself to everybody. And we're like, yeah, let's show you around.
Yeah.
Now he's like,
what a guy.
He and Gluck are like the guys. Well, Dustin, too.
Yeah.
There's a group of them.
There
Jenna's more IndyCar now.
Nate Ryan, yeah.
Nate. Yeah, but even Nate's kind of been on the back foot a little bit. I think he's kind of let some of the other people. He's kind of like the essay guy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody needs
the big stories with the big words.
Essay.
Go to Nate.
Yeah. Speaking of essay, hopefully Daniel Suarez finds a job.
I think that's how we end it.
I think it's how we end it. So everybody keeps asking about some. Actually, what about some reviews?
Oh,
do we have any? So everybody keeps asking about Stack and Penny shirts. They are up on the website, CoreyLaJoieRacing.com. Check those out. I got some new hats, some new shirts before I don't have any Cyber Monday deals. I don't have any Black Friday deals because it all costs me the same thing. I'm going broke on my merchandise. As long as y'all buy, though, I'm good. I'm good with breaking even on my merch. So really good show.
Guys, nobody's even left us any reviews since the last time we
really?
did this, I don't think.
Well,
I think they thought we were done.
Well, we haven't, yeah.
I mean, essentially we were, but we always teased we might come back.
We thought, yeah.
Heck, there still might be another one. We don't know.
There might be. There might be a Christmas special.
Daryl might just come in here on his own.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Be like, I need my 40 minutes.
He's welcome. So another big thanks to all the partners that helped me get another job for the foreseeable future.
Yes,
Schluter
right. Thanks,
Systems.
Schluter.
Go fast. I'm ready to get it on next year, 2020. And hopefully I'll talk to y'all soon. Yeah.
Bye.
Love y'all.